What a summer. I had a great time. I went back home to England because Abby still hasn't joined me here out in Sweden yet. Saw her, saw the family, saw some sex. Sorry, beach. Saw some sun, beach.
Did you actually mean to say sex?
No, I didn't. Just came out.
Saw some sex.
Saw some sex. I've completely lost track of where I was now. The important thing is that I had a really good holiday, but more importantly, I was still focused on work, and I actually got invited to spend a few weeks with a managerial hero of mine. He even gave me a t-shirt. Look at that. That's him lifting the World Cup. Yeah, that's right. Sir Gareth Southgate. I learnt a lot from him. I learnt to defend when you should attack. I'm only joking. Gareth is never wrong. We've never beaten the US in a World Cup. To people that don't know what's going on at the moment, the World Cup in Qatar is going on at the moment. This is a couple of days after England drew 0-0 with the USA, and everyone's like, oh, Gareth's so defensive. Oh, it's like, well, we're pretty much through to job secured, and he's obviously trying to avoid playing France in the quarterfinals. Have faith. Have faith. He's taking us to a semi-final and a final. Anyway, this is not the point. The point of this is that in the narrative, I have learnt from Sir Gareth Southgate on how to be a bit more defensively solid. Has that translated over to the team? Maybe. It's a whole new season, and it's a whole new Landvetter. Promotion is coming. I can feel it. Disclaimer, I can't actually promise we are going to get promoted, but we've made one hell of a start. As you can see, viewers, as you can see, we are top of the league, and I've played 4 games into this, and the reason why I've played 4 games is to get a little bit of a feel for the team so I can get to know everyone's names and basically where we stand. And I come in at a very crucial point where we are going to be playing 3rd Husqvarna FF, who are also favourites to get promoted. But they didn't count on Super Landvetter, throwing a little bit of a spanner into the mix. So the squad's changed a little bit since the last time that we met. You can see there is a lot of form in this. Oh, I say. And some brand new names. Let's go through them, shall we? You're not going to know any of them. I didn't. It's important before anything we go through the released players. So these are all the players that ran out of their contracts at the end of last season. A few of them we will be familiar with. Torkelson came on. He was the terrible backup right back. Conte was the backup forward. He was terrible. Victor Skold was a player I did let go, and he obviously played a really big part in the way that the team was playing towards the back end of last year, and they were playing very well in the midfield. So he's a little bit of a loss, but he's playing for Hitarps now, who are in the division above. So grand. The other real name that it will bring familiar to you is Alex Wilbrand, who was, of course, our goalkeeper last year. Not too worried about him going because I've replaced them with bigger and better players. I'm also minus £152 down on the wage budget, so make of that what you will. Who's this guy with A+? Ooh. So on to the ins, and I'll try and go chronologically through them because pretty much most of the players are pretty decent. We'll start off with the first player that I signed, which is William Lundell. Very, very good young prospect. Could potentially be very good. He's a midfielder, can play in that Mazzala role, which is obviously something I was specifically looking for us to do. He's got very good physicals in terms of his sort of speed and agility. A bit more of a kind of technical player, good at first touch. Having said that, his dribbling is terrible. So I'm not really sure what he adds to the team that much. His passing at 9 is quite good. Anything basically in double figures at this level is bloody brilliant. So he's not bad, but one for the future for sure. If not, we'll sell him on. He's costing me nothing a week. He's literally paid on a pay-as-you-play basis. This man, however, is very much a first-team player, and that is Mark Gorgos. Now, Mark Gorgos is chef's kiss. He's excellent. 5'11", so he's pretty tall, well-rounded physically. There's only 2 stats in there, attributes, that are not double figures. He's got decent acceleration, decent agility, decent pace, decent stamina, decent strength. Very, very good. Good aggression, good determination, good work rate, and quite high technicals for what he's got. At this level, he's brilliant. He is coming into play in that deep-lying playmaker role / ball-winning midfielder role at the base of the diamond, which means that Romani, who is still here, has now moved back up into his more advanced midfield position, which he prefers. It's working at the moment. He's also only 22 years old. 5-star potential, must keep hold of him. Another decent midfielder we brought in, which is an area I really want to strengthen. I quite enjoyed the diamond last year, so I've really kind of honed in on that and want to make sure that is something that I'm going to kind of keep the philosophy of the club around. Maybe might be a formation I take with me everywhere, not 100% sure. But I also brought in Jesper Hagman. He's just a really good kind of backup to all those. He's got a couple of double digits, which is really good. Good penalty taker, which is excellent. And a leadership of 14, which I think would be a massive improvement because that's an area that we have really struggled in. He's a bit older, at 24 years old. Getting paid 25 quid a week for not really being in the first team is a bit of an issue. I don't really want to go into the loans. I had a really small squad and I just needed players and bodies in. So there's a few loan players that I'm probably never going to play and will get called back, but I just needed bodies in. One of those is Hampus Branghelhead. He'll definitely not play. Pretty much the same can be said for Frederick Karibo. He's just another backup centre-back. Looks okay, nothing more than that. He's on loan from David Abergs. Good. Colnby, he's the same, although he has actually scored. And, he's the kind of player at this level that will probably get goals because he's really quick. He's relatively tall-ish. Well, not really, but he's not small. And he's got good finishing, good first touch, and good heading. He's pretty much everything that you want in a striker at this level. So, he's not number one, but he's not bad. 1 goal in 1. Not what more could you ask for, really? Sia Sultan's probably the one lone player I brought in who might get a bit of first-team football regularly. And that's because he's a left-back. So when Bainson isn't playing, and yes, Bainson is back as well, he'll probably step in. And he seems a pretty able deputy, good physically again. Good sort of mentals and technicals are solid. He's a pretty solid player. Adam Wirtz is a good player as well. Is it Adam Wirtz? Adam Hertz? Adam Wirtz? Who knows? Physically, we don't talk about that. Technically, very good for a striker. He's another one, so because we're still playing the two up top, we can switch round both strikers. So we could go for 2 different partnerships if we wanted to. Or 4 altogether. This is another player on loan who I think will get a bit of game time, actually, and that's Theodore Grodums. Or Grodums. I might just call him Dums. Dums? But yeah, he's pretty good. He can play in the midfield again, playing that Mazzala role. He's physically the best player in the team. He's 6'5", and he has these attributes. Whoa. He's going to be awesome. He's on loan from Tvakars. Any Swedish people in there, please pronounce it for me. Phonetically, obviously. Emil Sterler's okay. He's the last lone player we got in. He's pretty solid. He's another backup centre back. Hooray! But the big one is Edwin Hansen, and I am paying him 30 quid a week to be the best goalkeeper in the division, and he is. He is. It's fair to say. He's 4 stars now. Could be 5. He's 21 years old. He's bloody awesome. Obviously, we needed him to come in and be our number 1, and so far, so good. I'm really impressed with him. He's playing at quite a high level for a goalkeeper on this level. Basically, as we all know with FM, anything above 6.8 or so is pretty good. And that is basically it. And you can tell here by the sheer amount of blue that half my squad is made up of loan players. There are no loan limits in Sweden, and I'm making the most of it because with such a tiny budget, it was the only way I could get people in without paying any wages. That is the reason they're all here. They didn't require any wages. The rest of the team is pretty much actually the same as it was last year, which is a really big step in the right direction. I had to really stretch the budget, and as I said earlier, I've got to get success now because I'm £152 a week over the budget. We are losing money, but if it means that we get promoted and then I can move on, perfect. You have to be very selfish in TYC. It's not about the team, it's not about the club, it's about you. And as I said, we've been very good so far this season. Maybe not so much defensively now that I look at it, but going forward, we've got 3, 4, 2 and 3. So we are firing on all cylinders from an attacking point of view. We've won 3 and drawn 1. The one we drew was against BK Astria, who are currently 2nd in the league. They were still here last year. Husqvarna are the team, though, that everyone is out to beat because they, according to the season preview, are top. We are 5th originally. I think we were actually down in 7th, so they've changed that now, depending on what a great start we've made. But without further ado, let's get cracking into the game and see how we get on. I'm feeling relatively confident about this. I don't know why. I shouldn't be. I think we're probably going to get stuffed, aren't we? But I've got Sir Gareth Southgate. Boom, boom. Hansen's in goal. Bengtson's still at left back. Then you got Landegren, Lindbom, and Magnussen. I couldn't really find, but I could find a centre back that was better than what we had, but he wouldn't come to the club. It was really, really annoying, and he got poached by someone else. Mark Gargos is probably, or Gorgos, sorry, is one of the reasons why we have been a little bit more solid in the midfield, along with Wallen and Romani. Romani now moving into that advanced playmaker role. He's doing very well. Wallen is still performing at quite a high level. Headland performing at a high level, but still yet to score. Hopefully he'll change that today. And I did decide to keep the partnership of Hussein and Anderson up front, and Hussein is paying me back. He is currently got 3 goals this season, is near the top of the goal scoring charts. I'm going to say, I want you to pick from where you left off last time, where we got a lovely 3-0 win against Asola, and that was very, very handy to see. I was going to come back for the Asola game, but then I realised that we've already played them once. So I wanted to play Husqvarna because they're meant to be one of the big boys in this league. They're odds-on favourites to win it. So if we can get a result here at their gaff, maybe there's something in us. This isn't going to work, is it? Oh my god, they've hit the post already. That's not a great start, but we got away with it. That's the important thing. Right, okay, well that was a scary start. We nearly conceded from their first shot on target, which obviously isn't ideal. Here we go. Anderson swings it over towards Bengtson. It's a good header to Wallen. Wallen hits it. Oh, nearly. Wallen's brilliant. I really like him because he just tries stuff out of the ordinary. The amount of long shots he scored and really good goals is quite high. Gorgos wins a good header there, and Hussein loses the ball to Blixt. And now Lind is on the ball, back to Blixt. He's got a great name, that lad. Bjork. There's got to be a Bjork joke in here somewhere. We've made a really good start here. Anderson, lovely ball to Romani. Romani round the back. Hussein is in! Oh! Ahmed Hussein makes it 1-0. What a ball from Romani. Actually, I have to say, since I've moved him up into that advanced playmaker role, he's been top bloody notch. Love it from Anderson here. He just smacks the ball in. And Romani, what a pass that is. And Hussein, lovely, lovely composed finish. The crowd go. They go wild. All 4 of them go wild. Broken through their defensive shape. What is this? A lot of teams in this league are playing this formation, and I don't like it. What is this? Free kick here. It's the first half. There's been no highlights since we scored. Bengtson, though. Go on, bend this in, son. Bengtson. Oh! Alexander Bengtson. Boom, boom, boom. 2-0. Absolutely loving it. Yes, I've spent loads of money. We are losing it like nobody's business, but that doesn't matter if you're going to get promoted. What a finish by Bengtson. Boom. Say, lots of people were after Lindbom, but I managed to keep him here for another year. I have to say, he was absolutely superb for... Oh, what a ball over the top. That is from Romani. He's found Hussein again. Hussein is in, and he's absolutely blazed it. Oh my god, Bengtson's got a chance to hit a second in here. Go on, replica. Don't believe it. We're 3-0 up within 35 minutes against odds-on favourites to win the league. Super Gareth. He knows. Play for set pieces. Counter-attacking football. The man knows. He knows what to do. We're not playing counter-attack football, by the way. We're playing Gegan pressing, and we're going attacking. Come on, boys. Hold firm. Blixt going down the right here. If we can just... Oh, Landegren, that's an awful effort. And it's a great finish by Simon Dimitrovic. Yeah, impressed by how I pronounced that, aren't you? It's a good finish. 3-1. Oh dear. Not a good moment from Landegren there. I have to say, he utterly balls that up. But, from my point of view, we're still 3-1 up. As long as we don't do anything stupid, we should be able to win this game. Romani, looking for Hussein over the top. It's a brilliant ball. Hussein's in. Hussein hits it. It's a decent deflection that takes it into the hands of their goalkeeper, Juhanovic. I've got a really bad feeling this is going to be a goal to them here. Oh no, Landegren wins that header. And Romani's on the ball here. He's absolutely dictated play today as Romani. He plays a 1-2 with their player. Romani, he's at the bar. It would have been a wonderful finish. And a wonderful goal. No. Yes, good save, Hansen. Well done, mate. I can't believe I've forgotten about Hansen jokes. How did I forget about that? Does anyone remember Hansen? Mbop? 90s boy band Hansen? Great take there by Lindbom. finds Bankson. It's always a musical adventure with me, isn't it? It's never just football. There's always, oh, Hussein is in, must be four. What a terrible finish. He's annoying me again because he's doing that thing where he makes loads of chances and you think, we've got a player on our hands. And then he couldn't finish his dinner. Johanovic here over a goal kick, whips it wide towards Mikhail, who I have to say has been giving me a little bit of a headache today. His deliveries from the free kicks and set pieces have been really good. That is one of the worst passes I've ever seen. Equally, it's one of the worst bits of control I've ever seen. Hansen saves a good effort there. Apparently it's gone beyond for a corner. How? Does anybody know how? Please. Mbop hits it long. Yeah, I might just start calling him Mbop now. I think they had other songs, but I don't remember them. Hussein is in! Has he ever heard of the term either side? Because he should learn it. Because if he hits any of these shots either side, he'll score. He could have had 5 today. He could have had 5 goals if he could just hit the ball either side of the goalkeeper rather than straight at him. We've got 13 minutes left. I'm not taking my foot off the accelerator because I've done it before where I've kind of gone defensive and we automatically concede and then it's really hard to gain the momentum back. Gorgos with a brilliant ball towards Hussein. Well, we all know what's happening here. What a save. Anderson, get in. Well done, William Anderson. Good following in. Hussein with a cheeky lob. He's just mercurial. I think that's the only way I can explain Hussein. He's like a mercurial talent. Like there are moments where it'll just drive you insane because he doesn't do any of the easy stuff right. But any of the difficult stuff like that, he does really well. And it's a decent save by the goalkeeper, to be fair, because he's backpedaling. But, I mean, if you're going to do that, mate, put it over the bar. Don't put it back into your 6-yard box. Right, with that, then, William Anderson's going to come off. He's had a good game. Colmby's going to come on. I'm going to take Bankson off as well. Sultan's going to get a bit of a run out. Let's get Lindholm off, and on comes Lucas Nielsen. So we're going to make 3 changes. Nielsen's just hit a long one over the top there. It's one of the most pointless passes I've ever seen. Johanovic hitting it long. That's, yeah, Sultan's just walked straight under it like an idiot. 4-2. How many minutes have we got left? It's a great ball by the goalkeeper, to be fair, but Sultan, that's is why you don't play all the time. And Mbop, it's not the best bit of goalkeeping I've ever seen, is it? Yep, it's both for full time. 4-2, a whopping, I think it's safe to say. That will be sending shockwaves across the league. And if not, across the whole of Sweden. Love this from Bengt Lustrom. 4-4-2 diamond narrow. No thanks. We make it 6 unbeaten. That's from the end of last season. Get in. Oh, I've got great respect with Philip Whittle from the Gothenburg Football Paper. So what we'll do is we'll go through a few more fixtures and then we'll probably come back for... Let's come back for Västra Frölunda and Ytterby because I quite like the sound of those 2 teams, if I'm honest. It's a very short season, to be fair, is the Swedish one. So we'll go for the Frölunda or Västra Frölunda and Ytterby and see where we're looking at after that. That'll be around about, what's that, about 10, 11 games in, and that should give us a fair indictment of where we are. Remember, we only have 26 fixtures in this league. So it's very, very quick, and that'll be around about the halfway point. So if we're still in the position that we're in at the moment, I'd say there's a really good chance we could potentially get promoted, which would be awesome. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. What do you think of the signings? Do you think it was good? What do you think of the formation? Has Super Gareth helped me become a better coach? Let me know what you think. If you want to let me know what you think about Gareth Southgate, that's fine. Don't hate me because I quite like him. Yeah, just really like the guy. He seems really nice. But until next time I see you, remember, like, share, subscribe, please. And until I see you again, stay cool like it is here in Sweden.